Well, it's been a while. Sorry about that. But I'm back. And yes, we're working on the Dodge Ram. Looking at those bumpers, thinking, oh, it's time. It's time to get rid of the chrome. Had lots of comments about, hey, are you going to get rid of those chrome bumpers? They would be better all black. And I tend to agree. And I, of course, have had every intention of getting it done this summer. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to the weather, but Texas has had tons of rain. I mean, the West Coast, I know y'all are in drought, but us, it rained almost all summer. Then I took a fall, landed right on my tailbone, and that was kind of, well, let's just say I'm kind of back on my feet or back on my backside. Anyway, you can see here I'm taping up the bumper, trying to separate. I don't know if you've taped anything up, but the first thing you do is you separate where you want to paint from where you don't want to paint. And the blue tape all the way around is a good idea to get you started. You don't want that paint getting underneath. And then the paper, you move it up just about halfway between the bottom of the tape and the top. And then I use 1-inch tape. I mean, that's what I had. I ran out of that other tape rather. And you just want to make sure that there is a good blockage there. So you could see, again, that tape, it's all the way around. And then, I might have overdone it a little bit, but I really don't want to get any of that Raptor liner painted. And yes, I'm plasti dipping these bumpers. And I did my tire rims with the Plasti Dip. Thought, well, I'll do the bumpers. Between you and me, if I had $3,000 or $4,000 extra dollars, I'd get utility bumpers on the front and the back with a winch, and it would really make it look rugged. But this is the $20 solution. I think I used 4 cans of Plasti Dip. You can see you spray it in the beginning. It seems like you're not spraying anything. That's how thin the Plasti Dip is. And you just layer it up. I think there was 2 cans on the back bumper and 2 cans in the front. And you just got to get all the way around. Obviously, I'm speeding this up because you'd be here all day, but you just even coats 6 inches away or such. It's starting to take color or no color. Chrome is disappearing. Sun's coming up. Here in Texas, if you want to paint anything outside, you get it done early before the winds pick up. I'm actually pretty happy with the way that it's coating. Though it is hot. We are talking about August. I'm in the front. That bull bar was a pain. Obviously, if I would have thought ahead, I would have done this before putting the bull bar on, but I was not taking it off, so I'm doing my best to get around it. I think I did all right. There's no spots where I missed because the bull bar was in the way. You can see my tractor in the background there. It's Raptor line. It's doing great, holding up. It sits in the sun, so I'm curious to see how it'll look after about a year. You can see it's getting darker. As I said, it's hot. I mean, we're talking about August, middle of August in central Texas. The humidity is just ridiculous. And so I don't know. I'm not sure what's different about the Plasti Dip on the bumper as opposed to the rims of my tires, but it seems rougher, a lot rougher, the texture. I think it's just drying as it's laying. But I don't mind, honestly. I mean, it's got the Raptor liner. It's got a rough texture. It's not like it doesn't go with it. Yes, I could have Raptor lined the the bumpers, but I don't know. Plasti Dipped still kind of blends in a little better with those vinyl pieces around the bumper that are black. I've got the plastic step pieces have been taken off, and I've wrapped Plasti Dipped underneath it. It's 2 or 3 coats easily. Try to let it dry in between. A little bit rough on that bumper on the corner, but I think you're going to find it looks pretty well. I don't know how it's going to hold up. I mean, this is a buggy state. I'm from California originally. It's not humid. I mean, but here, there are bugs everywhere. And they love going into my grill, into my bumper. I didn't really clean it up too well before I painted, except for the chrome pieces that were actually getting Plasti Dipped. You're going to notice that in a minute once I get all this paint off. Yeah, look at all those bugs. We'll get her cleaned up. Just be real careful as you're pulling that tape away. I did have some places where I missed, but I just went back. I didn't even mess with the blue tape, and I sprayed it, and it was okay, even though it kind of overlapped a little bit on the vinyl. But still not too bad. And it blended pretty well in there. I had vinyl paint on the vinyl plastic pieces with the Raptor liner, almost the same. I mean, obviously the Plasti Dipped is very flat. There it is. I don't know why it waited so long to get that done, besides, of course, injuries and bad weather. Half a day, I guess, is probably what it got me. Got those plastic step pieces back on. No more chrome. Goes really well with the Raptor liner, and I've got my letters and the fender flares on there, just real smooth. Again, I may Raptor line all that eventually. But right now, I just like the texture and the smooth together from the Raptor liner that's red and the black. But man, I'm happy with it. What do you think? Hope you enjoyed this quick video. Like or subscribe.